Invictus Frog. Once upon a time there were little frogs on the pond. They laughed, they played, they swam, they croaked. One day they decided not to be alone, but find a friend in the nearest forest. "Hello, my little friend, it's me, Yuka the owl. I'm going to tell you one ancient fable. My great-great-grandmother told it to me. As you guessed, that happened many centuries ago. One day, at dawn, a cheerful croaking sound was heard on the pond. There 7 little frogs were born. They were curious and friendly. Every day they played with each other, splashing playfully in the muddy water. Every next day was the same as the previous one. "We are little jolly frogs, ya-yo-ya. We can swim, we can jump, ya-yo-ya. We are kind, smart and funny, ya-yo-ya. Do you want to be our friend? Ya-yo-ya. Dear brothers and sisters, we always play alone. Why don't we have friends?" one of the frogs wondered. "We will have more fun together." "Good idea, Flip," Pluch admitted. "Can you see that forest over there behind the horn fence? As you know, many different animals live in it," Flip continued. "I would like to be their friend." "Well, it's decided," Pluch declared proudly. "Let's go to the nearest forest." While the parents were out, the frogs jumped over a small ditch and hit the road. The path was not easy, but the frogs moved forwardly stubbornly. Suddenly, several hares jumped out onto the path. "Look, little brother, little frogs have come to us," one of the hares said. "Hello," the frogs hastened to greet the forest dwellers. "And how did you get here?" the biggest hare asked, unfriendly, pompously sticking out his fluffy chest. "Kva, kva, kva. We want to meet and become friends with little animals who live in the forest. Kwa, kwa," the elder frog answered hesitantly. "Say, with you." "Become friends? With us? Ha 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 ha!" The hare burst into laughing. "Oh no! Did you hear that? They want to become our friends." The hares looked at each other and busted up laughing, pointed their paws at the little frogs. Inquisitive Squirrel heard the noise and jumped up to the clearing. "Tricky-ticky-ta, tricky-ticky-ta, what is going on here?" they asked, looking at the frogs with curiosity. "Never guess. These little swamp frogs decided that we would be friends. We, fleet-footed hares." The frogs gloomily watched the hares, who made fun of their proposal for friendship. "Well, well," the second squirrel said thoughtfully. "Outrageous!" Bolshak's friend was indignant. "We are large hares. We can run fast. We can dodge and hide so skillfully that a cunning fox can't find us. And how we can jump!" Bolshak the hare continued to boast. "True, true. In this matter you are unsurpassed masters," Redtail the squirrel agreed. That is, I'm talking about, that is, how can they compare us with them?" "Kwa, kwa, kwa, but we can jump too," Flip the frog protested timidly. "Who? You? Frogs? Ha 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 ha! Let's have a competition, the squirrel suggested unexpectedly. What? What sort of competition? The hares became more active. There is a bush growing in that clearing. The one who jumps to the highest branch and stays on it is the winner. It means he is equal to us, to the forest dwellers. Oh no, Bolshak the hare snorted. Do you squirrels seriously think that we can be friends? Who are we? Large hares. Who are they? Just small green frogs. True, true. You hares are excellent jumpers. Who argues? But nevertheless, let the competition be the judge of all. Red-tailed the squirrel stood firmly on its ground. Okay, I can reach the top branch in one jump. The hare was putting on a brave face. But the little frog will not be able to reach even the lowest one. Little green tadpole. Slyly looking at the frogs and giggling, the animals lined up in a row, waiting for the beginning of the competition. The first participant in the competition volunteered to be Bolshak the hare. He approached the spreading bush and, with all his strength, pushed off the ground with his strong paws. He grabbed the branch with his front paws to stay on the top, but the branch could not bear the weight of the hare and broke, and the brave hare fell down, rolling under the roots. Having climbed out of the grass, he shouted, "The shrub is too small for me. I'd like to be higher." And then, "Oh, no. One attempt only. You didn't manage to stay on the branch for a while, so it means you lost. Now it is the frog's turn," the squirrel said categorically. The hares laughed heartily. Having fun, they jumped at each other with strong paws, glancing in the direction of the green frogs from time to time. They were sure that their little brother would not even jump onto the lowest branch of the bush. "Well, Flip, it's your turn to conquer the top of the bush," the squirrel gave the command. The little frog looked sadly at his sisters and brothers. The task was extremely difficult, almost impossible for him. He noticed a branch that had large, dense leaves. Flip jumped up and grabbed one of them. The elastic branch bent for a moment, strengthened, and the frog flew high upward. Having caught the top branch with his long, sticky tongue and front paws simultaneously, he hung, swaying slightly from the weak breeze. The hares stopped laughing. They opened their mouths in surprise. "Unbelievable! It can't be true!" the hares wondered, staring at the frog. "Tricky-ticky-ta, tricky-ticky-ta. As it turns out, it can," the squirrel said loudly. "Flip is on the top of the bush. It is the fact." Having looked at the little frog dangling on a branch one more time, the hares went toward the dense forest. "Tricky-ticky-ta, tricky-ticky-ta. He who loves last loves best," the squirrel said proudly. One who listened to this fable, a wise proverb, learned. All these years, Yucca the owl